In today's video, I'm diving into how I manifest the desires of my heart, the things I really want to experience, be, do, and have, using scripting, and the surprising power of using a manifestation journal every day. Let's do it. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Tamie M. Joyce. I'm the founder of Tamie M Coaching and the creator of the Freedom class and the Ascension class. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. So let's talk about how I manifest the desires of my heart, the things I really want to experience, using a daily exercise called scripting. You know, I've been passionate about understanding the law of creation, otherwise known as the law of attraction or the law of vibration, and all things metaphysical for as long as I can remember. I think it was about 30 years ago or more, a friend of my father's gave me a book called Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain. And that was my first introduction to the concept that our thoughts are creative. In other words, thoughts are things that affect other things, for better or worse. Now, not long after that, I was working with a life coach who suggested that I start to pay attention to the thoughts I think, and in particular, the way I spoke to myself in my head all day long. And frankly, once I started paying attention to my own inner dialogue, I was shocked. I realized I had been running old tapes, old messages, and harsh criticisms and blame and shame narratives that I had picked up from my dysfunctional family, and didn't even realize the degree to which I was being unkind to myself in my own mind, until someone suggested I tune in and pay attention. From that point forward, I have done my level best to pay attention to the thoughts I think, what I say to myself all the livelong day, and choose my thoughts wisely, consciously. So I'm repeating healthy, kind, loving, and affirming messages to myself instead of the mean, harsh, and critical ones. And I have to tell you, that one concept alone changed the trajectory of my life for the better, and in no small way. And since then, I've read countless books and attended all kinds of workshops, seminars, and events learning how to master the law of creation. And I have to say, of all that I've learned over the years, one of my all-time favorite manifesting techniques is something called scripting. And it's one of my favorites, quite frankly, because it's so powerful. It works, and surprisingly fast. Scripting is fundamentally writing the story of your life in advance, as if it's already your reality. Literally journaling out in detail and in present tense the exact details of the life you want to create for yourself. The things you want to experience, the things you want to be, do, and have. And by doing this practice, you not only support yourself in getting crystal clear in terms of what you really and truly want, but you are also putting yourself in the feeling place, feeling the feelings of it already being done. Feeling the feelings and increasing your sense of love and gratitude while you're at it. Being grateful and in love with your desires in advance. And believe me, there's magic in that. The practice of scripting daily elevates your frequency to match that which you truly desire. And it increases your belief, which is important because your level of belief really matters when it comes to manifesting. Scripting puts you in a place of confident expectation. And all of this is where you want to be if you want to consciously co-create your reality and call out of the ether and into your life the true desires of your heart. Now, personally, I have found that a minimum of 3 pages every morning, or at least most mornings, is what does the trick. I get up from the table, having done this exercise, feeling changed, lighter, more clear, and aligned, grateful and optimistic, in a state of confident expectation, and that's a really good way to start your day. Furthermore, scripting allows you to start living your life by design. It consciously shifts our focus off of what we don't want and places it squarely on what we do want as we feel the feelings and hold the vision while we're writing out our desires with the power of focused attention. And then we release our desires to the divine and get on with our day. Here's what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to living our best lives as our best selves. Aligning ourselves to our true self, our highest self, our soul or spirit, if you will, is something we can do by tapping into our truest desires. Our desires are safe guidance from our highest selves, and tapping into that guidance is how we begin to create the life we really want to live. The word desire in Latin means of the Father, meaning the desires of your heart were put there on purpose by the divine. And if you desire it, it's because you have the ability, the capacity to manifest it into your reality, even if right now you can't see how it would be possible. I assure you, if you can see it in your mind's eye and the thought of being, doing, or having the thing or experience lights you up inside, there is a way. And don't worry about the how. Your ego mind wants to have all the details figured out in advance. And your small self, your subconscious saboteur, wants to convince you it's not possible, not for you. But I assure you it is. If you can see it and you truly deeply want it, the how for now is none of your business. And I get it. If you're not yet accustomed to living your life this way, living your life from a place of complete trust in your ability to manifest and consciously co-create your reality, you may have some work to do in terms of building your understanding of these concepts, as well as building your faith and confidence. And if you want help with that, you're likely an excellent candidate for the Ascension class. Click on the link in the description below this video to apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Your true desire is not only safe guidance, it's also the pathway to a deeper, more aligned connection with your soul. It's the pathway to opening up everything for you. More life, more love, more health, more abundance and prosperity. Everything. And daily scripting massively positively affects how you embody your truest and deepest desires, letting the energy of your soul flow through you and everything that you do. The more consistently you align with your soul, align with your true desires through scripting, and shape the direction of your life by consciously choosing your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, the more you will see the desires of your heart manifest right out of the ether and into your reality. Here's the thing. You are always, always far more than you think you are. You are always far more than your self-concept or self-image, how you see yourself. And tapping into the more of who you are this way is key if you want to create a new reality for yourself. So imagine, what would open up for you if you chose to give yourself the gift of scripting daily, preferably within the first 15 minutes of waking? And the reason I say that is that's when we have the easiest access to our subconscious mind. And it's our subconscious programming, our subconscious beliefs that we want to rewire as we do this exercise. Shifting our beliefs and remembering what is actually the ultimate truth and what's possible for us. Now, I have a few tips to help you get started and be more successful with this magic manifesting technique. First, as I said, you want to be doing this first thing in the morning when you have the easiest access to your subconscious and before you get into the reactive part of your brain. Also, the more consistent you can be with this, the better. But I'm not going to lie, even when I've done this exercise inconsistently, I've seen results. You'll just see more results faster if you commit to doing it daily. Now, the other thing that I find really helpful is before you begin your scripting exercise, take a few minutes to clear your energy. And how you can do this is to sit quietly with yourself for a few minutes, close your eyes, place one hand on your heart and the other right below your belly button, your center of safety, and focus on your breath. Feel into your body and be willing to be with and meet whatever comes up for you. Any fear, negative thoughts, or limiting beliefs, take the time to meet them. See them for what they are. I call them lies from the devil. acknowledge them, and acknowledge that they aren't the ultimate truth for you, and then release them. In other words, you want to invite any fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs to rise to the surface of your conscious awareness. So how you do this, how I do this, is I literally close my eyes and say, any fears or doubts, I invite you to come up, and I want to be conscious of you. And just allow them to come up to the surface. See them one at a time in your mind's eye. And from there, you get a feeling of what's simmering in your energy field. And you want to be conscious of these things, because one of the things that really holds us back in our manifesting efforts is not being aware of what's going on inside of us. So those fears, doubts, and unhelpful ways of thinking that we're not consciously aware of, and let's face it, it's very easy to not be aware, to be so focused on the outside world that we're disconnected from ourselves. So focused on the doing of life that we ignore what's really going on inside of us. And it's those subconscious thoughts and limiting beliefs that hold us back the most, because they influence us anyway, regardless of whether or not we're consciously aware of them. But if we invite them to the surface of our conscious awareness, make space for them, they become ready for resolution. So as you become aware of the specific fear, doubt, or limiting belief, acknowledge that the fear is simply energy passing through. It's not necessarily true. No matter how real it sounds, no matter how real it feels, no matter what, every fear, every thought that is not lighting you up and giving you a feeling of expansion means you are buying into something that is not in alignment with who you truly are, your essence, at your core, meaning it's a lie. So once you become consciously aware, look at it and say, I see you, I acknowledge you. And I acknowledge you're not real, and therefore I release you. And then imagine it floating away, disappearing into nothingness, back from whence it came. I promise you, this works. Resurfacing the actual fears and releasing those fears to clear the energy and make space for what's actually the ultimate truth of who you are. And once you've done that, you'll then want to spend a few minutes imagining what it would be like to be living the life you really want to be living. What would it feel like? Feel into the energy of it. Imagine it until you feel the feelings of it in your body. Again, eyes closed, one hand on your heart, the other on your lower abdomen, focusing on your breath. Now you're ready to begin your scripting exercise. So you'll want to get your journal and simply start writing, scripting out the details of the life you really want to live, the life you really want to create in detail, in every area of your life, in present tense, using I am statements and any other details that light you up. And if you feel stuck, you can use the following journal prompts to loosen things up for you a little bit. So start with, if anything was possible for me, who would I choose to be? What would I choose to create? How much would I choose to receive for the work I do? How would I love to live my life? And remember, the operative word here being love. This is how you start tapping into your true desire. The answers that come up for you will be your soul talking to you. This is how you start tapping into the energy of your true self, your highest self. And that is what we're talking about. Bringing more of your highest self into your reality so that you can consciously co-create the life you came here to live. You're opening yourself up to becoming the you were always meant to be. You don't need to know the details. You just need to know how it feels and what values it fulfills for you. Again, love being the operative word. When we align everything in our life with love via the true desires of our heart, we become unstoppable. And it all starts with where you allow yourself to even go in your mind's eye. How you begin to live your life with deliberate intention. It's time now. And on that note, I'm going to call it a wrap. But before I go, you should know the Ascension class is open for enrollment. And this is for you if you're ready and able to invest in yourself, you're ready to shift your identity, master the law of attraction, heal your relationship with money, and put a full stop end to the limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging behaviors that are holding you back and preventing you from living your best life. If you're ready to reinvent yourself from the inside out, create your dream life by design, and finally become the you were always meant to be, click on the link in the description below this video so you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team.